the fuck is that? Who are your people? Show me who your people are. You can show me who your people are. I can show you where the money is. If you don't have the people, then there's no money for you. Spend your money on getting people. And whatever that means to you, apply it, but understand it. If it's not about creating connections with people, it's probably not something that you should be focused on. At least primarily. And that means whether it's iTunes or Rhapsody or Bandcamp or whatever your SoundCloud, because you're giving them people to go make money. That should be secondary. You need to have something that's yours so that when people get at you, that's your person. So understand what, and there's a science behind it.
For sure, appreciate that. Anything else?
I was still in the military.
Yeah. Now, what the homie said, man, is all correct, man. This is like I just say from my standpoint, like every record that I produce, I own 50% of that record for life. You know what I'm saying? And it's a way that, like, us as producers, you know what I'm saying, we're actually publishers also. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, you know, that's where the real money's being made at. Advance to be a little $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, that's cute. But that's advance on that big money is coming off the publishing for the records where you make the real money at. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like, you do records, I don't even want no advance. Just give me all my shit in the back end. You know what I'm saying? You gotta worry about that. Like, another thing too, what he said from the said how we like the artists nowadays. Actually, I like the artists nowadays, and even though that with me on my career, like somebody said, like, yo,
I got 10 songs in there. I got 10 songs in there.
Real hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Everything's real hip hop to me. It don't make a motherfucking difference. If you the person that take your time to do your own original thing,
I don't have a copy of it here with me, but I do have
it. Might be some way that the guy who's spinning on his head,
I could probably burn
doing that shit like a motherfucker. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's what always been about. Always been about everybody doing their own thing and not worrying about the masses. And soon to come, you be the guy that they call weird, and 2 months later, you be the guy on top that sticks out. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you do, you know what I'm saying, just keep at that, and just make sure you know this is a business. You know what I'm saying? It's fun, but it's a business. So.
For sure. All right, next question for you guys. Now I'm gonna reverse this. Now I told you I want to start out with the positive, but now we gotta swing it to the other side. So what are some of the challenges that you see right now for some of the producers and some of the artists in this business at this time?
Well, okay, I think you can divide that up in a couple of categories. I think, you know, the biggest challenge that I see for producers is how do you maintain the integrity of your own sound? Because there are so many ways that you can actually make a track without putting your own stamp or signature on that particular track. People are buying the same sound kit, the same Lex Luger, Justice League, whoop-de-whoop, wham-wham kit, whatever's hot. And everybody's sending that same beat made 184,000 different ways.
Yeah, it's the same producer.
It's the same, but it's all coming from the same cat because nobody's even bothering to even put a filter on the snare. Do something. Produce the record. If you're going to be a producer, then there is a difference between a producer and a beat maker. There's a difference between a composer and an arranger. There are actual components that if you're going to be a professional, take the time to learn the difference between these terms. Understand what it means to actually produce a record if you're going to call yourself a producer. That's probably the number one that I see a bunch of people that call themselves producers that don't know how to produce a record. You can't give somebody a track and they can't even write to it because you haven't even produced the record enough to make it so somebody can write to it. That's, you know, for a producer, I think that's the biggest challenge right now. How do you separate yourself from all of this technology that's out there that makes it easy for you not to put in the work? Yeah. put the work in, but you're gonna put the work in and sound like 1,000 other guys. That's not good.
All right, cool. Mr. Rudd, could you chime in on that for me, sir?
Yeah, I'm kind of piggyback on what you said.
Make sure this mic.
Yeah, I'm kind of piggyback off what he said. Bad thing with producers is like a lot of people just being lazy, and instead of really trying to make their own path, they see somebody else doing something. They think that's a quick way to make money, and really you kind of going yourself out by doing that. So really just focus on your craft and still know what's going on, but always do it in your way. Don't make the same beat 100 times. Because yeah, you can make a quick dollar, but you're not going to have no career. You're not going to build no legacy by doing that. So that's the thing that I really see right now with a lot of producers. Just like they scared to really try to step outside and be themselves. They just want to follow what's happening and not really innovate and take it to another level.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna move on to the next question, and then I'm gonna open up the panel to everybody so that you can ask your questions. Last question that I'm gonna put out there for you guys, and I preach this to a lot of people as far as from a consulting standpoint, and I just want to get you guys feedback on it. How big and how important is building a relationship in this business with the people that you're trying to network with?
Yeah, that's, building relationships and networking with the right people, that's the #1 priority I feel that's going to advance you and take you to that next level to where you want to go in your career. Basically to expand on what Dub said, what Mike said, Rel, and Dane, you got to have your business taken care of first. If you don't have your business taken care of, like as far as to start your company, getting an LLC, getting the proper paperwork done, making sure if you work with a particular artist or if you work with a particular producer, you set up your arrangements, your cue sheets and everything else. You got to make sure that's taken care of before you can make any moves. And once you get that etched in stone and working properly, then you can start making other moves and and branching out and meeting the right people. But everybody up here on this panel, and I can even talk for Mike and Dan because I see they know each other. But Doug, myself, and Rel, we've been down since '06, and even Mike as well. We've been down, since '06, '07, and we've been building all these years. So it starts off at a point where you're at the bottom, but you network with the right people and you build with them, and you grow with them, and you do right business with them. That's going to take you to where you need to get in the long run. So it's all about doing good business, being yourself, but also just being, aware of everything that's going on and making sure that you got everything taken care of. So those are just a few pointers I have about that.
Anybody else want to chime in on that? I think you nailed it right on the head there, Chuck. All right. And I know I said the last one, but I'm going to give you one more because this is a stickler for me. What is the most annoying thing for you in regards to people saying that they want to do business with you as a producer and as an artist, and they come into you and they say, okay, I want to be able to work with you. I want you to be able to check on my stuff. I want you to be able to work with me and help me get my stuff on point. But then they're not following through. They're not even bringing prepared material. What is the most annoying thing about that for you?
It's a lot of annoying things, man. It's like you really can't square it up to like 1, 2 things. For me, one of the most annoying things is somebody bringing me an artist that sound like somebody I work with. I can't stand that. You can't bring God to me that sound like X. No, I know X. You gotta get him the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, another thing too is like, it took years, but you gotta have like me, how I do things. If you're independent, you're doing what you're doing, boom. Comes with cheese, of course you're gonna show some better love for independent because you coming out to think things. If you have a run, like YouTube is popping, the streets know you, I'll throw you one. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes sense. If somebody's running, they're gonna be the next person. So it's always good to throw them some, you know what I'm saying? So it's like really different levels, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't really deal with annoyance because I'd be like, click, no. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of things, that's the things that I go for. I watch the streets. I watch it. It's like, oh shit, they on that motherfucker. Hold on, homie, take these 5. Bang. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, boom, them take his thing, my thing up a few more notches. They said, just an example like Breath Rap. I did a hologram painting of Jody Hopper on the Riff Rap team. My Twitter was going ham. It was like, Chris, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, man, fuck y'all, man. I know what the hell I'm doing. So at the same time, when we did it with the style and the charisma he have, then put it with the production, actually made a whole new sound. And actually, he did go into his writing on it. You know what I'm saying? It made a whole new sound that he was like, oh, I know what y'all was doing. You know what I'm saying? You got to take chances with your music, you know? And that's the only way you let your music grow. It's different audiences, different places, everywhere. Don't be scared of nobody else is messing with this guy. Nah, fuck with that guy. Because that'd be the one thing that make everything go pure, you know?
Man, one of the biggest annoying things to me is just people trying to cap, but they don't want to invest in themselves. It's always like you want something from somebody, but you're not willing to at least invest something into it. Like you're trying to make something out of nothing. Like you're not gonna come up off of me, I'm sorry. But people always try to do it, so just think about yourself. Like, would you want somebody to kind of approach you that same way? Like, how would you feel about it? You will remember that person. Like, one thing about this industry, relationships, people remember everybody. So if you come at me wrong 5 years, like, I'm still gonna remember it. So you gotta remember that.
Yeah. What irritates me is when these artists come to me and they send me their music. Don't get me wrong, I listen to everything regardless of what it is. I take time to listen to it. But then they hit me back 2 minutes after they they give me the music, ask me, did I hear it? Or they'll tell me they got 9.3 million Twitter followers and 40 million views. And I'm like, the label's not stupid. I may look it, don't get me wrong, but I'm not. You know, but you got 9.3 million Twitter followers, but you're only following 60 people. You know what I'm saying? Or you got a 500,000 YouTube hits, but only one comment. You know, and I'm not trying to make you niggas, excuse my language for saying niggas, I do apologize for that. We're young brothers, we're not niggas, we're educated young brothers and sisters. Right. So I do apologize for that. What gets me is being an A&R, I've seen it all. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, and if it's uglier than me, it's in trouble. But what I get is when these artists give me their music, do it in a business fashion. Give me your music the way it needs to be given. If you're going to give it to me in a CD, don't write on the back of those CD with a chalk or Sharpie writing on it and saying here, there, or giving me a scrap piece of paper saying this is my manager. That don't make no difference. So you telling me you got a platinum producer who's a ghostwriter? What songs does he produce? I can tell you I produced Lil Wayne's song and I don't know how to write music. That's history. You know, or history. I don't write music. But if you want to come correct, let's do it business-wise, you know what I mean? Sit down, because you got to look at yourself. You're a corporation. Everything you do is money being made. So let's sit down like a business and handle it like a business. If you want me to listen to your music and you inbox me, give me a few days to check it out. Don't tell me here's the music and check it out. Or I got 20 of my friends in the block that say I'm hot. Okay, first of all, and I'm not being funny, you a hustler on the street? Yeah, so you got money, right? That's why the 20 motherfuckers are hanging in your pocket. Because when it comes to the label don't give, excuse my language, the label don't give a shit about your 20 friends, because they're not going to spend no money. We want to know about the 20 million people outside the gate that wants to buy that ticket. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you got to be about yourself when it comes to this music, because it's not a game. I've seen artists make it and live comfortably off of music. I've seen artists do one-day wonder stuff, you know what I'm saying? But just come correct. If you ever meet A&Rs and real niggas in this game, because there's a lot of real ones like us, and I can show you a booklet of fake niggas that don't know shit. Fake A&Rs that I mean, I argue with A&R today that told me he's the A&R for Rick Ross Music Group. And he told me he know me personally. I was like, I know, you know me? He said, no, you ain't the A&R. Big Mike is. You see what I mean? But, you know, real recognize real. That's all I can say. You know, like Dame Grease, these are the young people here. Young lady over there, my little sister. Right there. My PR in the back. you know, you recognize real people. Let's just make it happen. You got that good music? I want to hear it. Because I want to be the one to put it on that radio station so I can call you. You need to listen to the radio for a while. Because you've been playing like crazy about that little joint you got going on. You know, just get original music. Don't buy no sample music from a website that says I sold 40 million links to this one track. Because it ain't yours. 40 million people bought it. You just bought the garbage. Go get that producer that's the one that sits in the corner all day, writing it. You know them deep, those are the niggas you want, because they're going to come out with that style and that fad that blows you out the water. So all I can say for all you indie artists, just keep that grind up, stay positive, and don't let none of these haters out here try to knock you off. You feel me? Yeah, man.
Wow, these are some great points. This is a hard act to follow. You know, these three gentlemen came up with some great points, but the biggest annoyance I got is you know, I'm an A&R consultant as well. You know, and I hate when people come to me and say, hey, I got a track for Akon. Can you take it to Con right now? Or yeah, I got a track for T.I., dog. You know, can you just take it to Tip, man? Like, come on, man. Like, first of all, I don't know you. I don't know anything about your business. I don't know nothing about your music. Come to me and build with me first. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all that I ask. Like, even when I came last year, you know, I'm not gonna put any names out there or anything, but it was one particular person I met, you know, and the first thing they said, they were like, oh yeah. You know, I work with some convict music artists. I'm like, okay, cool, that's cool. You know, do you know them? I'm like, no, I don't. Just because I work with convict music, I work with Akon, I work with certain people, that doesn't mean I personally know them or have a relationship. So what can you do to build with me so I can earn your trust? You know, and it's just, you know, certain people get offended by that. They want you to basically be like, you know, like, hey, you know, like, you know, give them a free pass. You know, basically get their track submitted to whatever. They don't want to build business properly. They want to be unprofessional, do things like that. But I spent a lot of, excuse my language, fucking years on the street, man, grinding, hanging up posters. In the rain, sleet, or snow. It don't even, you know, snow here in Atlanta that much. But I was out here hanging posters out in the clubs. When Tip's King album came out, when Dro was coming up, Best Thing Smoking, you know, I earned my stripes, man. You know, and I feel like people need to go out and earn their stripes as well. You know, and if you don't go out there and get it and grind, and first of all, be yourself and be an entity and respect yourself, you're not gonna be able to move up and make any moves with anybody. You know. And most importantly, like Mike was just saying, build with the up-and-coming motherfuckers that are coming up. Like, you got these, you know, you got the next Kanye's out here, the next Dane Greases, next Dubs, Rels. You know, these are the people you want to focus on. And the artists need to focus on that too. They all need to come together and they need to build. So, you know, that's the most important thing, just building with the right people, making sure your business is okay. And don't approach people incorrectly, man. That shit is, like, annoying to me. And then you send me your tracks and you're like, hey, did you check them out? No, I didn't check them out. I don't have time. You know, I'll check them out when I get the time. And if you want me to expedite that, then let's sit down and let's talk some money. Give me a consulting fee. It's a business here. So that's the big thing that, you know, annoys me.
So you doing pictures back here too?
Business and contacting you, right?
Or everybody doing pictures?
Everybody doing pictures, but I take pictures of you back here.
So, okay, so y'all done hit on some heavy shit. Okay, so let me just, I have a real problem with people who approach me with the assumption that their music is somehow so magical that it's going to transform them into, I don't have to pay you more. Now, I have 3,500 tracks and people still make me pay for information and things that I want to know. It doesn't matter what I made last quarter. If I want to know something today and I need to get some information from somebody, they have it, I'm going to pay for it because I don't want any issues. I don't want any problems. I want the information to flow between me and the person I'm paying freely. Because that's professional. That's what opens the doors for other things to happen. And it annoys me because it's the sense of entitlement. And when somebody exhibits a sense of entitlement, it lets me know that they're not ready to work. They're waiting for some magical lightning bolt to hit. You're gonna show up, you're gonna let me hear this track, and it's gonna make me feel like I need to stop everything I'm doing right now and give him everything I have for nothing. I'm gonna call everybody